Alright, let's have a look here. Oh, last video got more views than the previous one. That's cool. 10 likes. 1 dislike. Yep, that was me. Why? We're in this together. It's reflecting on you. It's also you that you're. In this video, we're going to write a book. That's a lie. I am going to write a very tiny portion of the book and put a deadline in place for when it will be finished. I've always wanted to write a book, got a few ideas of stories, but the one I'm going to start with is a murder mystery set in space. Pretty geeky, but yeah, it's going to be like sort of the whodunit genre.
Hey.
What?
Hey, whodunit?
That's the last piece of information I'm going to.
Not you. I'm saying you will never, ever actually do it because you lack the focus.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. I'm trying to keep this video under 4 minutes and we don't have time. Thank you. Let's cut to the writing sequence.
It was supposed to be a journey spent almost entirely in isolation. That thought had given me a lot of comfort. So as I sat in the middle of the central social deck, surrounded by 100 people's attention, it was the next 15 minutes of conversation, rather than last night's murder, that was really stressing me out. Max was special. The first human consciousness ever transferred into a machine body. They didn't put him into a robot or an android, something that could do everything humans did, just slightly better. They put him into a spaceship. He became a spaceship. Our spaceship. Which made his murder, 600 billion kilometers from Earth on a one-way trip to a new sun, an extremely problematic event. But like I said, just then it was the idea of talking to people that had the sweat starting to drip behind my ears.
Obviously, that was just a dramatization. I don't actually write in a typewriter. As you can see, there isn't even any paper in here, and it would be ridiculously douchey. I just wanted to show you something a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than the actual writing process, which would have gone a little bit more like this. I'm sorry you had to see that. Okay, let's wrap this up. Long way to go in the book, but I'm giving myself a 6-month deadline to get it done. I've never written a book before, so I don't know if that is a realistic deadline. I do know that if I gave myself a year, I would sit on my ass for 6 months and do nothing and end up equally pressed or more pressed for time. So 6 months it is. I'm putting a countdown timer on my website. Check out my website. It's sort of a portfolio of work. It's not super interesting. And 6 months time, there's going to be a book. Hopefully. Subscribe to The Progress and other videos that do other creative stuff, you know the vibe. And then lastly, and maybe most importantly, let me know what you think of what you've heard so far. Does it sound interesting? Does it sound stupid? Does it sound so boring that you stopped watching minutes ago? I guess you can't answer that, but it's a valid reaction. Let me know what you think of the book idea and the writing so far. And don't hold back. Be brutal. I can take it.
Okay, this feels like a desperate attempt at self-validation as you try to produce a piece of work that you think will represent tangible creativity. But the fact is, it lacks the substance and the insight to ever become a work of any value.
This is where the theme song should go, but it's not here, 'cause I'm still too slow.